Hey, Tony with Culinary Seasons. Thanks for watching part 2 of the interview with Joey Repice of Joey's Hot Sauce. Joey and I are discussing the food industry and how it affects you over time. So let's get into it. You were talking about Anthony Bourdain a little bit there, and how much respect we both have for him, and but just how the industry has changed, just you and I, over the years, and how it kind of makes you either move on, in a lot of cases people have, or kind of figure out what's better for you because of all the things. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you told me 10 years ago that I would be launching a hot sauce brand with my wife, I probably would have laughed at you. There was no there was no indication in my life that this was the path that I was heading towards. It really came out of a service for her, and then that light bulb went off in my head. And because what I was creating, I told a friend at work, and he's like, "Oh, I want some," and I jokingly I said $10, and then he said, "Okay," and then I said, "Well, maybe somebody else might like this," and I washed a bottle of hot sauce that I had that was in the fridge, and I filled it up with the stuff that I made for Lisa, and he loved it, and then it just I started exploring. My wife just encouraged me, and I was making announcements on Facebook and Instagram, I'm making a batch of hot sauce, who wants in? And my wife was sitting there handwriting labels to these bottles that we were making. We just had tags. We wrote tags on the labels, and we were mailing it and just locally delivering it to people that were hot sauce enthusiasts in the area, and that's how we started it.
Yeah, you got some traction there, and obviously you got a good product. So
thanks, man.
Which one are we doing now?
This is the Hellraiser. So Alex Prince, he's a guy that I connected to that came to the restaurant, and he is a hot sauce fanatic, and he's one of those guys that you can't make it hot enough for him.
Yep.
And to be honest, I don't even think this is hot enough for him as well. But I still, I'm ready to go to a limit. This year, I am exploring beyond what I've created here in the Hellraiser, and we're doing a limited sauce that I've partnered with some of these private growers in the valley, and we're going to be putting out a sauce that is called the Flamethrower, and that's going to have my face. As you can see, the face is on. But that's going to have my face as a skeleton. And we're going to put a purple flame behind me. It's because they said purple. It's hotter flame than red flame. So we're going to release that sauce this summer. I'm excited about that. But prior to that, this is currently the hottest sauce I make. This has the embryo, which we were talking about, which is the core of the habanero, where most of the capsaicin is in the sauce. So it has the embryo, and it has more smoked ghost pepper, so it was just it'll build on your palate even more. It'll be smokier, it'll be more aggressive, but still, it's still there's stuff out there that will really take you down. I've seen people on the internet, and you see that people really get a lot of views getting torched by these sauces. It's not really my thing, but I appreciate it, and more to come as far as the hottest sauce, but currently the Hellraiser is the hottest on my original lineups.
Nice.
So this is kind of a pre-release here. This is my hot honey. We're in the process of putting the label together, and that's going to have my face with the body of a bee behind me.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun. To be honest, I had no intention of starting this as well. This was a need of one of the restaurants that I work with in Grants Pass and Lulu's. So Gabriel was like, "Can you make me a hot honey?" I'm like, "Really?" I just said yes without even knowing. And so I decided, let me give this a go, and I gave it a run. And of course, for me, I'm going to use the highest quality honey. I have this amazing neighbor in Grants Pass, and John's got this really he's a small beekeeper out of Deer Creek, and he's got this incredible honey. And I was like, okay, what are some recipes out there? But then my habanero salt was a new product that I had made. I'm like, oh, why don't we try to put some of the habanero salt in there and some chili flakes, and we put some of the hot sauce in there, and we kind of stewed it up, added a little apple cider vinegar, and then it just came together, and we made this hot honey. And to be honest, I haven't been able to make enough of this stuff. John is kind of like maxed out, with what he's able to give me.
Yeah.
So I actually even sourced, which is another level, because in order to have this product in the store, the beekeeper needs to be officially inspected by the state. Put down like a couple different phone numbers. I asked Fried Family, Amber, and she gave me Ted's number. Ted gave me, Daniel's number. Daniel, and that basically landed on this guy out of Eugene, and he's sending me currently 45 pounds of honey at a time. And we're about to scale up, and we're in the process of getting the labels, so that we're putting our little ducks in a row. We could do this at the farmers market with local honey, but if you want to roll this out in stores, you have to get more official. And so we're about to get official with our hot honey. We're excited about that.
It's a good heat. It's not a in your face, like I've said, and it's all those flavors come through. It's that the honey is very delicious in itself, and then you get all of those little notes to it.
Thanks.
And I plan on playing with that. I got a jar from you last week, so
like the honey. You put that on some chicken wings, you put that on some salmon. I like drizzling it on some salads, just like kind of coming across on the salad, just let it drip right onto a salad, just get these little pockets of sweetness and heat. And, what else people love doing it with? Tempeh, grilled tempeh, pizza, that's a big thing. People love that.
I was going to talk to you about pizza because I see a lot of people posting about pizza.
Yeah,
that's
so hot honey's a good one. It's a big seller. It's a good mover. It's a new product. I'm excited about it. I think last up we have here is the hot salt that we were talking about.
Yeah.
This is a habanero salt, and this was inspired by, the southern Italian dish, the branzino. So the branzino in southern Italy, we encase the branzino fish with herbs and in a bed of salt, and we roast it in the oven that way. And there's something about it, just kind of like pulls out the moisture. It's all about the timing. But it's not like we did anything like the branzino, because I literally go to the point to we do that with the habanero to the point where it's like completely dry, roasted, like incinerated. And we pull it out. You're gonna have to like chop it up, We blend it in the Vitamix, and then we roast it again. We get a second roast, and then we blend it one last time to get this like finishing salt. It's got the heat, it's got the flavor of the habanero, it really extracts the flavor of the habanero. And it's great, like you could put it in beverages, you could just throw it right into like a drink.
Salt rim,
like Bloody Marys, So you can put it in like a margarita, you can definitely use this for like a Mexican mocha,
think about that.
I love it on ice cream. People think I'm crazy, but like on top of ice cream, it's so really flavorful too.
Oh yeah.
So I use this little salty heat, but like on your chocolate or vanilla ice cream. Yeah, because like that oven roast really extracts all of it just pulls out all the oils, pulls out everything that's in that habanero and makes it part of the salt.
No, definitely.
And,
all the oils come out, and you're pureeing it too, so all the flavors.
Yeah.
So it's not just oils.
Yeah. It's dry roasted.
Very nice.
And that's currently the lineup. We have on the horizon, we have a new sauce. I've had a new baby.
Congrats.
My son, he's called Luca. So we thought it would be appropriate to have a sauce like named after him. So we put his cute little face with my glasses on there, and we're about to release my first mild sauce. Well, official mild sauce. I made one mild sauce last year that was a green sauce. That was the New Mexican mild made with hatch chilies. We will re-release that. Like every year we're going to do that. Those hatch chilies they come from New Mexico, and we make a sauce, a green sauce with them in there. But we're going to make like the mildish bambino that will be released very soon.
I like you keeping your Italian heritage. I love it. How long ago, or when did you start?
Conceptually, it started back in 2018. 2018 is when I made that sauce for Lisa. And then we went trying to logistically test batching. I cook with intuition in the kitchen. The FDA doesn't like you telling them about intuition. Yeah. So a good friend of mine I brought on board, and he was like standing over my shoulder, and he was watching what I was doing, and he basically we were able to dial in a recipe from my intuition. And he actually advised me, like, at first I'm using oil inside the peppers because that's how I roast the peppers, is with oil. But he's like, oh, you got to dry roast if you want it to be shelf stable. So we extracted the oil and we just went straight dry roast. And started reaching out to my friend back on the East Coast, Antonio Zito, one of the most incredible artists I know. I sent him pictures of my face, and I sent him pictures of tattoos in my arm, and that's where we got the frames, and that's the faces from my face, and he just captured this great expression.
It's funny you say that because I've talked to some people and they're like, the label is his face. I said, yeah, definitely, and it's true. It's undeniable who it is. Yeah. Your customers that come to the farmers markets, growers markets, what do they tell you they use it on? What kind of things are they talking about?
I think hot sauce fanatics are people that find millions of reasons to just put hot sauce on almost everything, and I feel that my sauce offers that because there's no onion and garlic, like we mentioned before. It's not really clashing with a lot of dishes. It has more adaptability to food that they eat. I've heard people range from like dropping it into some of the salad dressings and just shaking it up and throwing it into a salad dressing. I've heard people cooking with the hot sauce, with their stir frying at home, and they just dab a couple of Joey's hot sauce, like dabs in there, and people are like, "You're such a great chef," and they feel like I'm their secret ingredient. Like, you don't have to tell them, buddy.
Exactly.
As long as you keep picking up a bottle, that's amazing. I've heard people go directly right onto food, ranging from vegetarians to meat eaters to people that are healthy conscious, unhealthy conscious. They just love the flavor. It doesn't. You don't have to be someone who loves health in order to eat Joey's hot sauce. It's probably the healthiest hot sauce on the market, but you don't have to be a health lover in order to enjoy it. You just gotta love flavor. And sometimes a lot of people that are really into the hot stuff, I don't really hit home for them. They admire my sauce. They're like, this has got an incredible flavor, and it's they score it as far as the heat. They're like, flavor, it's a 10. I forget all of their points, but when they say heat, it hits more like a 3, 4 for them. The hottest sauce hits a 3, 4 for them. So those people I'm not going to make happy, but maybe the flamethrower might take it home. We'll find out.
And I didn't mention on that. It is. Excuse me. It has heat, but it's not too hot for me. And I can take some heat, but I know some people who probably would be too hot for it.
Yeah.
But there are those people out there that really got to have the heat.
It's funny, the heat index is a funny thing because there are people at the markets that come through and they're like, and I let them taste, currently the mildest sauce, the Priscilla, and they're like, oh my God, this is so hot. And I'm like, oh, okay, we'll stop now.
We won't go any further.
Yeah. So, and then there's other people that have the hottest one and they're just like, it's nothing. And so I get it, and wherever someone's palate is, what they've been raised with.
And you're talking about cooking with it, and one thing I do like about it is it's not one flavor of pepper. It's a blend, and when I've cooked with it, it's nice because it's a heat, but it's got more depth than red chili flakes in an Italian dish, per se. But it's just got a depth of flavor. You can pick up the notes of the pepper, but it's not in your food. So it's definitely one you can cook.
I source the peppers 100% organic. This time of the year, we're coming near the end of the the end of the Mexican. Then it switches to California. Although last year, because of the drought, California, I think they just pivoted and looked at what they're going to put their water towards. So I wasn't able to get any habaneros out of California. I bypassed California and I was sourcing them from Virginia last year, the habaneros. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like all local. So historically, there's always gaps in between the seasons, but historically, it's always been Mexico, California, and local. And I've partnered with the Fry Family Farm, and I've partnered with other private growers to grow some of the peppers for me.
Yeah, and for those who aren't familiar, Fry Family Farm here in the Valley is a very large producer of produce. They ship it up to Portland and the distribution warehouses. And
Not only that, for me, that's my commercial kitchen space. Currently, I use their kitchen. That we get in there, and that's where we produce the sauce. So there's this great relationship I have with them.
I want to thank Joey for demoing his hot sauce here and trying samples. Hit up a store near you and ask for Joey's hot sauce.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
You can find Joey's Hot Sauce at joeyshotsauce.com. Follow Joey on Facebook and Instagram. Joey's Hot Sauce can be found at Southern Oregon Growers Markets. Look for Joey's Hot Sauce in a store near you. If they don't have it, ask for it.